Sadly, wait, is it gun? I think it might be gun. Gun is doing just that, but in all the wrong ways. Their desire for weapons research is becoming increasingly overt and decreasingly polite. I used my clout to get a direct line to the president to ask for him to intervene. He said he would, but then asks me for something equally obscene. He wants me to discover a means to immortality. I aim to improve life, not pervert it. Everything gives way to entropy. The concept is laughable, as intangible as a shadow. I refused him outright. In retrospect, perhaps, I could have been more diplomatic about it. I find myself on edge, political pressures aside. I'm told Maria is sick with no clear diagnosis. I wish I could look into it myself, but I'm needed aboard the Ark. Hopefully this will pass and she'll recover soon. She is too precious to be left to suffer. Entry: the all-powerful blank. The blank held the power to bind a soul. The blank destroyed the entire blank. Oh, hey, look. There's young Abraham. Entry number 402. I have uncovered a most interesting specimen from the warehouse. It was first discovered by my son Blank, who became quite the archaeologist. I believe it to be some sort of puppet or robot made by ancient people. At first I didn't think anything of it, but when I was experimenting on the robot, it was either robot or emerald. It began to move. This suggests the possibility that even the ancient civilizations could harness the power of the emeralds. When I was researching various papers related to the emerald and this robot, I discovered that there was a possibility that this robot was something incredible. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this robot may be the cause of the destruction of the fourth great civilization. I'm not sure I believe it just yet, though. Yeah, that's supposed to be Gerald. He appeared in some of the side Sonic games or spin-off Sonic games, including Sonic X. I wish he was made more of a character though. If I remember. Entry number 407. I am no longer able to ignore the possibility that this robot did in fact destroy the fourth great civilization. I have discovered a stone tablet that explains as much. According to the tablet, when the figure falls from the heavens and the stone of the gods is joined, all that exists will become one again. Though it is difficult to believe, this robot has been watching my movements and mimicking all that I do. I was amazed by my scans of this being. Surprisingly, reams and reams of data scrolled and caused my most powerful computer to crash. More intriguing was that the data was all about melee combat and weapons of that age. Eventually, if this being is ever restored to its former state, it would put all that data to use and recreate all the weaponry and combat abilities that it once had. And that's not all. If my guesses are correct, it will also have the ability to absorb modern weaponry as well. What have I done? I have uncovered a horrible weapon. Really? This thing? It looks cute though. Almost looks like a Mega Man robot. Entry number 428. And it's been a trying time, to say the least. Maria was diagnosed with neuroimmunodeficiency syndrome. There is no cure. Yet. I pulled some strings and had her brought aboard the Ark for treatment and assessment. The low-gravity environment should help keep her symptoms manageable. Her family has been less than enthusiastic with my decision. Despite everything, she remains the most positive person in the room. Most of the staff here left their families back on Earth, so I worried she'd feel lonely. Instead, she's become the adoptive daughter of every researcher on the Ark. Moreover, she's become like a big sister to little Abraham, the Ark's happy little accident over the past few years. What do you mean, accidents? Is there... I really want to know what happened with Abraham. Did it have something to do with the different colored eyes he has? The president keeps prompting me with his request to unlock the mysteries of life. Perhaps with his funding and clouts, I can find a means to cure Maria while chasing that shadow. Entry 515. Blank has dropped all pretense and is demanding weapon... Oh, this is probably Gun. Gun has dropped all pretense and is demanding weapons research in exchange for continued funding. I promised the president I'd begin work on Project Shadow, but even he can't get them back down. It appears I have a gun to my head on the matter. Years ago, I discovered records of an ancient god of destruction called Chaos. Ooh. It was said to command the fury and force of the ocean, or something to that effect. I've begun developing a basic AI-driven apparatus that can generate cohesion in water and produce controlled shapes for basic actions. Huh. So do you think he was partially the cause of perfect chaos? A basic AI-driven apparatus that can generate cohesion in water and produce controlled shapes for basic actions. I've told the top brass these can turn any body of water into an autonomous weapon. Deep down, I'm hoping it can be used as easily deployed search and rescue units. Imagine a flood turned back on itself to aid those in the rubble. Does he know? It killed millions in Station Square. Entry number 530. Research into Project Shadow is in full swing. The first step has been learning how to siphon Chaos Emerald energy and apply it to a living tissue. To that end, I've developed the Chaos Drives. Direct application seems too harsh. Any organism that could directly interface with an emerald would be fearsome indeed. Oh, so it's like... I think he put like a rock or a shard, or maybe it's a tiny piece of an emerald, and gave it some energy. I think that's what it is. So he's the one that invented Chaos Drives. The initial tests were promising, so we're now moving on to the next stage in trials. I will be using salamanders for their regenerative abilities and manageable size. We will begin applying Chaos Drives to the test subject and see how its vitals respond. And to keep Abraham... And to keep Blank from breathing down my neck, I'm supplying them with Chaos Drives as batteries for their mechanized division. Oh, it's Gun. And to keep Gun from breathing down my neck, I'm supplying them with Chaos Drives as batteries for their mechanized division. Yep. I loathe powering engines of war, but sacrifices have to be made if I'm to save Maria. I'll figure something out in the long run. I am a genius after all. Okay. Oh, look at baby Bio-Lizard. Aww. He was such a baby. Look at him. Look at Shadow's big brother. Oh, I see it. Oh. Look at that. Wait, he created those? Is that why there were blue gelled aliens on the Ark? Those were his creations? Oh, no fucking way. Entry number 568. Project Shadow has reached an impasse. The subject exhibits accelerated cellular growth, to the point it cannot support its own biological systems. I've developed an external life support system to compensate, but it will need to be upgraded and redesigned as the subject continues to grow. The way it thrashes and roars, it is uncontrollable. I guess it was growing rapidly. Furthermore, it is generating unexplained energetic reactions. Is this an expression of the Emerald's power? Can a living thing produce such energy? Can it be controlled? There are too many questions, and unfortunately the answers lie in this bio-lizard's life. I will keep it alive and as comfortable as I can until I have the answers I need. I still question, like, how is this all related to finding a cure for Maria? Like, why did he test it on a lizard? I think it's supposed to be the chaos drives and the emeralds. Maybe that was him trying to find a cure for. And he was testing it on a lizard, and it became a huge accident that he created the bio lizard and not the other way around. Damn. So it must have been the chaos drives that he was trying to test. I found a region in the Ark that should be able to safely house it while we continue our experiments. I'm not sure what I will tell Maria. I do not want to lie to her, but I think the truth is too cruel. Entry number 589. Maria is growing into a lovely young woman. It breaks my heart that someone as bright and energetic as her is diminished by disease. There are no visible effects, and I've caught my fellow researchers muttering to each other, doubting her illness. It is infuriating. I find all my reason and restraint vanishes when she's slighted. And yet she remains an unending font of positivity. Even on her worst days, when the fear and the pain take hold, she tells me she endures for the day when she can return home. She has total faith in me, and that Project Shadow will cure her. Her family back on Earth has no such faith. It's been so long. Some of the researchers actually think she was born there. Hell, that's what I originally thought too. Her family either wants her better or wants her home. I can do neither. Somehow their scorn is harsher than the government or the military's increasing pressure for more weapons research. I'm a genius. I have to figure this out. Let me see the pictures. Oh yeah. Seen the bio-lizard mutating. That's crazy. Entry 616. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and I am a desperate man. Oh, okay. The Black Comet returned to Earth on its 50-year orbit. I had no idea it actually harbored blank. Aboard it was Black Doom? Somehow he knew about the Emerald and seemed impressed with my work. He offered me a Faustian deal I accepted. Using his DNA, I was able to overcome every hurdle Project Shadow had put before me. The small, sturdy biped I developed can perfectly interact with Emerald energy. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, if that's actually called, if that's actually the word Emerald. It could be something else. But I have a feeling it's all part of the Master Emerald's energy that he's been harnessing or researching to find a cure. Wait. Black Doom wanted me to craft a herald for his future invasion. Black Doom wants Project Shadow to generate undying soldiers for them. I will play both for fools. Wait, okay. Black Doom wanted me to craft a herald for his future invasion. Gun wants Project Shadow to generate undying soldiers for them. I will play them both for fools. Okay. When I launched Project Shadow, this is entry 620. When I launched Project Shadow initially, I named it with scorn and mockery. I was trying to grab a hold of an intangible goal. Later, it sounded appropriately villainous as I was toying with the fundamentals of life itself. But then, Maria looked upon the unfinished specimen and put things into a whole new perspective. A shadow tells you which way to go to find the light. In an instant, she cut through all of my pessimism and doubt and filled me with hope. Shadow, as she's come to call him, will not be some dark creature but a champion of life and hope. I would not have seen that if not for Maria, she is truly a remarkable person who can do great and wondrous things for the world. I must save her, no matter the cost. Yeah, that's Shadow right there in the tube. And that's him dealing with the devil. Black Doom. Okay, so he was doing both Shadow and the Bio Lizard at the same time. Entry number 633. I now understand why this being was named Gizoid. In the ancient tongue, it means everything. According to the stone tablet, if the Gizoid establishes a link with someone... Oh, this is the little robot. The Gizoid will swear loyalty to that person. Perhaps it still lacks Emerald Energy, or Chaos Emerald Energy, but it has been saying the word link. He's looking for the hero of time. To me in broken tones. It went on to explain, show me your true strength and I shall obey. I am all things and all shall belong to me. So as it suggested, I brought it before my collection of model guns and fired them all. Then suddenly it said, I shall follow your every command and never leave your side. And since then it refuses to listen to anyone but me. While it still is a fearsome weapon of destruction, while it remains under my control, at least it won't be used for evil. However, if someone with evil intentions ever forms a link with the Gizoid, I don't even want to think about what will happen. I must research how one can re-establish a link with the Gizoid. Entry 640. The Super Echelon is going crazy. Perhaps they aim to freeze Project Shadow. Soon the ultimate lifeform Shadow will be completed. The application to my grandfather is also imminent. I cannot just let them stop my study at this point, because I am the only one who can save my granddaughter's life. Entry 642. The higher-ups are threatening to shut down this research facility. I had no choice but to hand them the Gizoid to buy more time for research. Oh, okay. I tried to be careful and commanded it to never absorb any dangerous technologies. However, I have heard that other researchers have been making the Gizoid absorb weapons. Apparently, the way to cause the Gizoid to form a new link is to show it power that surpasses that of its former master. While this poses immense danger, I cannot risk losing Maria. Entry 650. The top brass still aren't satisfied. The Gizoid isn't big enough or flashy enough for them. Fine. I've developed a weapon I'm calling the Eclipse Cannon. It taps directly into the Ark's central reactor to produce an unethical degree of firepower. They'll love it. However, to use it on any target on Earth would destroy the world. They'll never be able to fire it. Checkmate. It will, however, be the perfect tool to deal with the Black Arms, I think that's what he called it here, when they return. Eclipse means shadow. This is Blank's cannon. My gift to him in a battle he never asked for. I am so sorry. Yeah, that's the Eclipse cannon right there. And that's him talking to Gerald. Or Gizoid at that time. This is some really cool stuff. Entry 651. Maria doesn't know the full scope of what Shadow has been designed for, but she understands he will be under tremendous strain. She's helped me conceptualize a number of accessories that will help focus his power and aid in his mobility. I am also researching chaos control to see if I can gain an understanding of it before Shadow awakens. The power to stop time and space is incredible, and I don't want him to have to try to learn its intricacies on his own. Deep down, I know this progress is superficial, tangential at best. The larger issue remains. Gun, the president, or Black Arms, pretty much anyone. Black Arms, Gun, the president, my family. I've gleaned there's a rift growing between my sons. My love for them shouldn't be a divisive issue. I'm running out of time. Oh, this is cute. Those are supposed to be Shadow's air shoes. Love, Maria. This is her drawing. That's so cute. Oh, I know this though. I think that's supposed to be the thing you use to stop time for a few seconds when you're in the arc. This was in Adventure 2. Entry 670. It has been a whirlwind of events as of late. Project Shadow is complete and Shadow has awakened. I pre-programmed a great deal of data into his mind, but his ability to parse it out and apply it to his situation is remarkable. All of his vitals are strong and there seems to be no signs of instability or mutation. He stands in stark contrast to the monster we have sealed below decks. You mean the bio-lizard? But all success of the physical and mental prowess becomes second to his relationship to Maria. I had hoped they get along, but it's far better than that. She is his guide to the world, and he is her stalwart companion. Never have I seen such instant mutual friendship and trust between two beings. I am truly moved. They remind me why I've been working so hard. They bring me hope. Back on Earth, my son and Maria's parents have been blessed with another little girl. Oh, so this is where Maria's sister comes in. Man, that far into, like, I think Maria looks no more than 12 years old here. So that's a huge age gap. They've already run tests and she has none of the genetic markers linked to Maria's condition. While this was welcome news, the unspoken commentary was received loud and clear. I must save Maria. I must get my family back. Shadow, you are the key to it all. Oh yeah, let's look at the pictures. That's him waking up. Shadow without gloves, oh my god. And then that's them going to school. Going to school. This is pretty. I love how it looks like hand-drawn. I'm pretty sure it is hand-drawn. Entry 670, 706? My worst fears have come true. The Gizoid has absorbed enough weaponry and technology that it has started to go out of control. The resulting rampage led to the destruction of most of the Ark. I have deciphered the rest of the stone tablet. It says, when the Gizoid had learned all that it could, it became a god of wrath, and all was destroyed. The researchers somehow managed to subdue the Gizoid and sealed it away. Luckily, it only had 1 emerald installed. If it were to have all 7 emeralds installed, it might destroy the whole planet. The Gizoid is too much of a liability. I tried destroying its core, but nothing I did worked. I understand too little of the technology that built him. My best hope is to try and reprogram its AI into a free-willed, emotions-based AI. Entry blank. I've lost track of the days. Not very scientific of me. I'm strained. Man. So, at that point, he was up there for more than like 700 days? That would have been like more than 2 years. Something has to give. The Gizoid's rampage caused the artificial chaos to behave erratically. I attempted to regain network control by inverting the polarity of the text smears illegible. So instead they became violent. Shadow raced across the Ark, pacifying them quite expertly, but the damage is done. An SOS was sent to Gun automatically. I dread the litigious reprimanding I'll have to endure next. A heritage of the past I dug out. See, I feel like I'm not thinking about Gun. Actually, no, it probably is Gun. Yeah. A heritage of the past I dug out, Gizoid. And the ultimate life form I created by my own hands. Biolizard, I think? I think it's Biolizard. Or no, it's Shadow. Never mind. I equipped both weapons with a heart. If all powers are not what it is to be attained for oneself, but what is to be born from hearts that yearn for someone, I believe all conflicts should cease to exist. Please, if there is anyone listening to my prayers, bring hope to humanity. I don't quite know what happened or what went wrong. Was it a mistake to create the ultimate life form? I thought it would be something that would benefit mankind. But then the military guards landed on the colony that day. They were sent to destroy the research project that I had been working on. My colleagues at the research facility, my granddaughter Maria, I hope you're all safe. The colony was completely shut down. Probably to keep the prototype from falling into the wrong hands. The Ark was shut down under the premise that there had been an accident. I found Maria's name among those who died when the Ark was shut down. She meant everything to me, and I couldn't bear the thought that she died because of my research. I lost everything. I had nothing more to live for. I went insane. All I could think about was to avenge her. Somehow. Some way. I got scared as I was no longer able to control my thoughts. All I could think about was that I wanted it all to end. Based on my original projections, I was able to complete my project Shadow. I designed its mind to be perfect, pure. I will leave everything to him. If you wish, release and awaken it to the world. If you wish to fill the world with destruction. And that's it. That is Gerald Robotnik's story. Wait, can you scan that? Property of the Eggman Empire. Yeah, that's it. That's Gerald Robotnik's journal. The creation of the artificial chaos, the biolizard, the chaos drives, the space colony arc, Maria's story and mutual friendship with Shadow, Project Shadow, and Gunn's involvement include. Now I just have to figure out about Abraham Tower. Like, how was he involved in this situation? That's all I have to know. But no, that is a very, very sad and very cool story. Oh yeah, and yeah, I didn't know he discovered Angel Island as well. So he must have known for a very long time. And I guess it also must have been like, thanks to the Emerald's power, that they gave Shadow this form as a hedgehog than anything else. But yeah, that is incredible.